Hello everyone, I hope you guys are having a wonderful day, making some really good trades, and yep, let's just get into it. And right now we can see that Bitcoin had a bit of a lull day today. We did pop off on that PPI news, and then we started to come back down with the markets as Credit Suisse today is starting to default. I'm just kidding, they're not defaulting, but they are definitely in a bad spot right now as the bank is struggling to raise more money right now. I think the Saudis are backing off. They don't want to allocate more funds there, and then their credit default swaps are trading through the roof. As you guys probably see, credit default swaps price surges as contagion concerns expand, right? And now we can see the carnage right now, and in the banking sector keeps going. We have so many big banks right now that are down 4-5%. The only green one that was up was Charles Schwab, which, by the way, I think the CEOs are allocating, doing more public buying right now, telling people that they are buying, and they're gonna probably add more and continue adding on this big dip that we see right here. So is the Fed going to pivot? That's a big question, but we'll get to that in just a little bit. Right now we can see that Bitcoin, again, getting a bit of downside. Let's zoom in here. Let's just zoom in and take a look what could be happening. Again, right now Bitcoin seems to have been rejected off 26,600. If it keeps going towards the downside, then you want to take a look at 22,557 or 22,500 as support, right around these pivot lows right here. And then we did retest this as resistance once we broke down from it. And again, I think if you don't hold this level, then you are going to start to come down right around 21,400 all the way to 20,400 right there. Again, let's see what's going to happen. In my opinion, I think you still have a really good chance to keep breaking out towards the upside because a pivot might be sooner than you think. Right now, let's take a look at some major support levels, which is right now. I think I've reiterated this many times, but I don't mind doing it again for you guys. It's going to be 18,500. And then again, a big congratulations to the Discord members. We did close some very good profits the other day. We did take a loss here, 6% loss today on a potential long on Bitcoin. We closed a 48% win the other day, and then we closed another 103% gain on our Bitcoin trade, bringing our account very nicely in the money. All right, let's keep going and let's take a look at what could be happening in the traditional markets, as everything did sell off very early in the day today as the banking sector carnage continues. And in my opinion, I think that the fact that it's starting to affect major banks in a very bad way, and we are seeing these big financial institutions starting to implode on themselves because of the inverted yield curve, the Fed may be obligated to pivot in order to save them. And right now we can see that Credit Suisse was down on the day, but it ended the day. It still ended the day down, but we had a very big green candle, and it was pretty consistent buying throughout the day. And we did have a nice rally near the end of the day as regulators confirmed, or they hinted at least that they are going to have to most likely bail out Credit Suisse, and that's what the Fed and the government and all these central banks are going to have to do. They're going to have to keep the Ponzi scheme going. They're going to have to keep bailing out these institutions. And these financial institutions are never going to learn from their mistakes because they know that the Fed is always going to have to bail them out. Even with a high inflation, they may even come out and print more money and bail them out because that's what they're going to have to do to keep the Ponzi scheme going. And I've said this many times, the end result is going to be a major amount of inflation. And you can see that right now in the price of gold. Again, obviously this is a fear play because a lot of people are scared of what's happening in the market. But right now you can see gold is surging, and once the dollar starts to fall through the floor because they're going to start bailing out the banks, then you're going to see the dollar start to implode on itself, and you're going to see gold start to take off towards the upside. You're going to see, excuse me, oh, 2 burps. Is that a bullish burp? 2 bullish burps? We're going to have to find out. But what you're going to see is that once they start printing money to bail out these financial institutions, you're going to get a significant amount of upside in the markets. This may even push the S&P and the Nasdaq to new all-time highs. It may push Bitcoin to new all-time highs as well. And eventually, the end result is going to be an extreme amount of inflation. Instead of 5-10% inflation, we're going to have like 20 to maybe even 30% inflation. But they're just going to kick the can down the road, and we'll deal with the problems later on. And so far, you know, that's what they've been doing since 2008, right? They've just been printing money and bailing out financial institutions that take on too much risk. Now, if they don't bail out the big banks and they let the market wait because inflation is still too high, then you are going to see a huge correction in the markets as more financial institutions are going to start to collapse, and you're going to see not only their small, or you're not only going to see the small regional banks start to take a hit, you may even see some major financial institutions start to take some hits. Anyways, that's my 2 cents of what could be happening in the near term. Again, let's take a look at oil. Oil, a huge down day today in the oil price. You guys can see we opened right around 71 and we fell to as low as $65.84 a barrel. I don't know how many times I've been telling you guys that oil is going to go down to potentially $65 a barrel here, and that's exactly what happened. We had a huge move down in oil. We did get a bit of buying near the end of the day. Again, that could be short covering. Let's see what happens. But obviously, we did have some bullish news come out near the end of the day with the government and the regulators potentially bailing out the big banks. Let's take a look at natural gas. Again, natural gas extremely oversold still and still near its lows. I think that this is a huge buying opportunity still for natural gas. I think that you could still get a very sizable move back towards the upside, and that, I mean, $3.50 to $4.50 is going to be my target for wave 4. Again, this is way down the road. It could be potentially happening in April to May, but let's keep a close eye on it. It's very interesting indeed. We already covered gold. Let's cover silver quickly here. We saw that silver had a nice pop today, but actually ended up giving all its gains near the end of the day. And right now the markets are closed. We just hit the closing bell. There's still 1 hour left for I don't know, the futures trading before they close for 1 hour and then reopen in an hour. So I'll probably have to keep you guys up to date on that inside the Discord. And again, if you guys want to join the Discord and get access to all my trades, the link is inside the description. And feel free to sign up for BitGet Trading, as that is where I do all my crypto trades, and you guys are going to love that trading platform. I certainly love it because that's where I love to make my gains. Alright, I think that's enough for today. We can probably cover a few trades I am currently in or will currently close. We did take some profits on ExxonMobil today with that big gap down in oil. We saw that Exxon drop to as low as $100.73. And actually near the end of the day, we got this nice little buy signal right here. So we could see ExxonMobil retrace potentially back up to 108, which would test this previous pivot low as resistance. And then you could potentially continue down towards the downside. If the Fed doesn't pivot and they stay on their course to tightening, you're going to see more downside in the markets. And take a look at our AR position today. As AR moves towards the downside, we could potentially see a bottom here right around this green cross. I would potentially call this a potential reversal bottom with that green cross and that doji candle on wave edge. So if we see a nice pop, I would expect at least $24 to $25 as a target. Anyways, let's keep going here, and I think, actually no, we're not going to keep going. We're going to end the day off here. Thanks for listening, guys, and I'll see you guys in the Discord, and feel free to join for the free members, and if you guys want access to my trades, feel free to become a gold member. Love you guys. Peace.